Hi, my name is Crystal and this is my son Mason. He is 6 months old and today he's going to help me demonstrate the physical development of an infant. The three concepts that I've decided to talk about today are perceptual development, auditory perception, and motor development. Perceptual development is the development of the five senses, which are sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. With these senses, infants are able to learn about the world. With that being said, my son will have me demonstrate how perceptual development plays its role. I will let him see the Gerber. I let him feel the jar. I let him smell what he's about to eat. And by the noise of hitting the jar, he knows he's about to be fed. So last but not least, he gets to taste a bit of his Gerber. By tasting the Gerber, he's adapting to the new taste. This is his first time trying the mixed vegetables. There are several milestones to watch for when dealing with an infant, such as when an infant starts to track an object, for example, how he tracks this little train. Or when they hear noises that startle them, especially loud ones, and the differences that they hear in some voices and songs that we regularly sing to them. Next, we have auditory perception. Auditory perception is the understanding of sounds. Infants understand sounds by identifying and attaching meaning to the sound. Infants are attentive to some sounds more than others, such as speech-like sounds. Mason will now help me demonstrate how auditory perception plays its role. I'm going to play a bell song on my phone and see if he can identify where the sound's coming from. If you've seen that, he was able to let me know that he heard the sound coming from his left-hand side. Last but not least, we have motor development. Motor development is the changes and the ability of an infant to control their body movements. There are several characteristics in motor development, such as good head control, sitting, crawling, creeping, standing, and walking. Since my son is 6 months old, I'm going to talk about his age range, which is around 4 to 8 months, and how their posture should be. And their posture at that age, they should be able to have good head balance. They should be able to sit with support or without. Their grasping becomes real good, especially with their thumb, so they're able to transfer one object to another or just be able to hold an object real good. And their crawling doesn't really come intact until at least 7 months. Some take longer, but it's generally around 7 months. Now, this is how Mason sits with support. He's able to have good head balance. Now, this is Mason with no support. He still has a good head balance. He can be wobbly sometimes, but other than that, he's perfect. Now, I will add 2 toys in front of him, and you would see how his grasping comes intact. He goes forward for 1 toy or sometimes even 2. He picks them up. We're trying to transition him from sitting to be able to crawl. He's not a fan of tummy time, so you might hear yelling, crying. But he's able to hold his head up. He uses his feet sometimes to give himself the extra push. But yet, no crawling. He sometimes even rolls over. I will place a toy in front of him, and you'll see how he pushes himself to try and reach the toy. So now I have to put a little bit closer for him to be able to reach. Therefore, perceptual development, auditory perception, and motor development are some concepts dealing with the physical development of an infant. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching.